They don't really care. We don't really care. If we don't care, then they don't care. So let's see what we fake caring about, or what we don't care about. So society, Western society, we're all told what to care about, when to care about it, and how much to care about it. And then there's obviously a sliding scale about who really cares and which groups they're targeting and which psychologies or ideologies or methodologies or place markers that they put in our brains, on our minds, to determine, our response to how much we care. Remember, we're dealing with psychologists, psychiatrists. You know what I'm saying? People who track the ways of our brain. They've been doing this openly in the 1900s, heavy. You know what I'm saying? The 19th century, heavy, from Carl Jung and all that. You know what I'm saying? Even Netflix and all the stuff that we discussed before, being a part of determining what people like. Social media, literally what you like and don't like, what you're going to get excited about or not. It is a consistent pattern to determine what you care about or what you think you care about, and then drive that those patterns or those thoughts or that energy into whatever the fuck they're trying to do for the time. You know what I'm saying? For example, when they went to war back at after 9/11, who won the Super Bowl that year? Of course, Tom Brady. That was Tom Brady's era. And what team did he play for? The Patriots. You know what I'm saying? So it's all synced in to how things are being pretty much scripted, because they understand the psychology of the human being. Remember, in one of those books, they said we gave them our brain, the image of them, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? We gave them our minds. So if, quote unquote, we have their mind, we only have their mind because we accept that program or whatever they're programming into us. So if you paying attention to their religion, you're paying attention to their gods, you're paying attention and worshiping their gods, you're paying attention to their fallen stars, their devils, their demons, their angels, what they show you on television, what they show you now through social media, what they show you on alternative media. You know what I'm saying? It's data. And data, information age, data is what rules. So I'm just going to show a few things, or a couple things that we thought, or humans thought, they cared about, but really don't really give a fuck about. It's actions and words. I tell my kids all the time, actions and words. You can talk all you want and say whatever you want to do, but I'm going to determine what I'm going to do based upon your actions. And this is what the world is going to do. This is what the universe is going to do. Depending upon your actions, that's what's going to determine what happens in your life. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. So understanding that, let's see what we fake care about. What we fake cared about before. Boom. So the first one is Black Lives Matter. How long was niggas caring about this? Marching and rallying, and you know what I'm saying? Really, it's just death lives matter. The Black Plague lives, evil matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was literally casting spells during this time, and people was walking about thinking about, they talking about quote unquote black people. They're talking about Black Death. Remember the Black Plague that was in our history books? Now they had this black goo or whatever, C19 or whatever that was rocking back then, a few years ago for the virus. So boom, we cared about that so much. But now Black Lives don't matter, I guess. Or it matters when, it pops up. But now all the marches and all of that, that's now dead. It's quiet. Boom, then there's the C virus, you know what I'm saying? The beer virus, which was called first. All them people wrapped up in the beds and showing you the deaths and showing you, how many people died and people fighting and arguing about all that type of stuff. And like, it was crazy during that time. People cared about that so much. Now, in the blink of an eye, almost poof, it's gone. Quarantining. It was crazy during that time. And I watched all of y'all. I watched everybody, you know what I'm saying, how they responded. And like 0.1% of the people just did what they were told, cared how they was told to care, on one level, shape, or form. Or I don't want people at my house. It's a whole, I'm going to do a whole joint on, I know what you did last summer. I know what you did last pandemic. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? All these, look, it was like contagion. It was crazy. Like, and they said it came from a bat from Wuhan. My uncle died. This one died. I couldn't breathe. Blah, blah, blah. Crazy what they do to the minds of people, man. What people really go with. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's very easy to be programmed. And on that note, I can't breathe. How many niggas was running around with the I Can't Breathe stuff? And George Floyd and all of that. That was niggas was chanting it, I can't breathe. Of course now you know now niggas can't breathe. You chanting this shit over and over and over, now you can't breathe, then who's to blame? You put the mask on. Yeah, stores you had to, but niggas run around in the swimming pools with masks on. Like it was crazy. I can't breathe. Like, come on, man. Like, what you mean you can't breathe? You can breathe whenever you want. You better breathe. George Floyd, I can't breathe. And that whole campaign that they did was crazy. Put his foot, they telling you that they got a foot on your neck. All this stuff is ritualistic, man. Don't look at it as like an action. Look at it as what they're saying behind the scenes. I can't breathe. Yes, I can. Every time somebody heard that in my mind, I say, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Shit, you know what I'm saying? If you tell me that you can't, well, then I can. And I'm gonna go out and take my breaths and appreciate my breathing pattern. And whatever breathing patterns I want to do, that was crazy thinking that you could do that. No face mask, no entry. I had to like literally go to war. I was getting followed around Whole Foods and shit, getting followed around restaurants, and airplanes trying to like pull my mask down underneath my nose so I could at least breathe through my nose. And they stewardesses of flight attendants, whatever, rolling up on me like, nah, I'll be asleep on a plane. Nah, you got to pull it all the way up above your nose. Excuse me. Like, it was draconian. What they did was draconian with the mask. And we all accepted that shit with no, like, I'm the only one piping up. Pause. Like, yo, why y'all, like, nah, man, we not doing this. I'm not on flag wearing this. And if I did, I would try to wear it on my terms. Give a fuck. Like, that shit don't work. The mask shit don't. You going out to an event and then putting a mask on, the dumbass cheap cloth, whatever that shit is, breathing that and giving it to your children to do, standing outside of Costco's or whatever places with masks on, as if like that's gonna do something, and people still doing that shit. Like, retarded, man. This shit is forget the science, just common sense. That shit, you could blow anything through there. Had the kids in classrooms all masked up, teaching them how to breathe incorrectly, breathing whatever comes from like all day with them cheap ass masks, as if that is doing anything. We are fucking idiots, babe. We keep it a bean. Everybody that participated in this holistically and didn't provide no feedback is a fucking fool, man. Like, especially, telling your kids to put your mask on and all of that. Fucking retarded. Nobody cares about Kamala being black. When she was with Montel Jordan or William, whatever, this Montel right here, talk show host, boom, she was black. Yeah, her being black was the main reason why niggas was voting for her, right? But now that, homeboy Trump is in office, now it's like, all right, now what? Now what you gonna do? You sad for a couple days, you go right back to what the fuck he was doing. You ain't even gonna think about Kamala and her being black or whatever, going to Hampton or Howard or whatever, and talking how she was talking, whatever you ain't give a fuck about. I promise you won't give a fuck about none of that come summer of 2025. All that hype, all that energy, yo, she's black, and then they even prepped it with your boy Joe Biden. He said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And then they come telling her, showing you that, yo, she's black, but really she's whatever, not black, however you want to categorize it. The point is that who fucking cares? And I bet y'all motherfuckers won't care later on. Oh, boom, what happened to this one? Kanye in the MAGA hat. Everybody, I saw mad people quietly flip. They were talking crazy about Kanye, who's a Gemini, who plays both sides and, controlled opposition and all of that. But they was talking greasy about your boy Ye for wearing his hat, going to the office and, doing the whole thing. Leo and the other dude, I forgot who this other dude is, other executive in the music industry, and these lying ass priests, they got Kanye under the spell and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And they had him wear the hat. And then now, however many years later, boom, now, I'm not saying that quote-unquote hip-hop is embracing Trump, but they embraced him from before. Google how many lyrics include Trump in it back in the day. He's from New York. He was the man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to be like a house like Trump or whatever. Real estate like Trump, money like Trump, blah, 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 blah. The Apprentice, so to speak. And then now, quiet is kept. Mad niggas is quietly slid. I don't want Kamala. I'm fucking with Trump now. And you know what I'm saying? I'm Republican, or you know what I'm saying, like into that type of time. When I niggas was talking crazy about Kanye before, man, for doing this. They just playing with your mind. They literally just playing with your mind. But they cared about that so crazy, especially the hip hop industry. They was trying to stay away from him, saying he was crazy, all kind of lyrics, this, that, and the third. But then now, you know, once Trump threw them stimuluses around and, you know what I mean, PPP'd and did whatever he did, got money up, and now Bitcoin's up, now all of a sudden it's quiet in the streets. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all can't be that easily fooled. But I guess we are. Boom, Dr. Sebi. Who cares about Dr. Sebi? I know when his stuff has been scrubbed from the internet. I was watching Dr. Sebi's documentary, not documentaries, but all his lectures and stuff like that. Back in, not just that Rock Newman show that he got out there, but a lot of the documentary lectures that he had out there. I'm on it. Him, Dr. Africa, Dr. Pookrum, Dr. Morse, Rose, Dr. Rose, I believe, or a lot of holistic healers. You know what I'm saying? I was out there pumping Kalindi Ali with the mushrooms. It was Dr. Blair. There's a lot of people that was discussing holistic nutrition, but Dr. Sebi's the one that, you know what I'm saying, people posted on his list. You can't eat, this is acidic and that. You can't eat this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was on that type of time too. I was militant. Like, nah, I'm not eating, not just meat. I was vegan for like 6-7 years. You know what I'm saying? Like heavy vegan, like no soy, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to find things to eat, you know what I'm saying? I'm literally hunting and gathering for shit to eat because you can't eat but so much lentils and quinoa, you know what I'm saying? Even though I got nice with my quinoa. But boom, the point is that all that Dr. Sebi shit now, he's gone or whatever, and nobody cares. They mentioned a couple documentaries, Lisa Left Eye Lopez and Nipsey and whoever else, Nick Cannon. And you don't care about Sebi and his list. Y'all ain't living by his list. And when it's not to live by the list, it's to use the alkaline methodology to balance yourselves. So if you're eating really acidic and you know you're eating acidic foods and cheeses and meats and breads and white breads, then go raw for a week or for a few days and then bring it back. Bring yourself into balance. They push this Sebi stuff just so they could get you to go vegan or get people to go vegan, and then now we eat slutty vegan and Impossible burgers and a bunch of soy, which goes into the transhumanism and transgender and putting more estrogen in niggas' body. Oh, what happened to the Epstein list? Niggas was pressed about the Epstein list earlier this year. It seemed like that slipped into Diddy or and maybe unsealed, paused, or whatever. The Maui wildfires. The fires was crazy. You ever heard of wildfires in Hawaii? The houses were blue, didn't get touched. It was crazy. That was happening with the Maui wildfires. Nobody cares about that. Oh, remember when the Empire State was orange? Was this a prelude to, you know, Trump coming in office? You know what I'm saying? But it was orange. The sky was orange. Niggas was going to work like it was nothing. Like that is, besides the chemtrails, the people, you can ask people to this day, like, yo, what's chemtrails? And maybe 5 out of 10 people won't even know what chemtrails are and don't care. Because they don't really care about us. You know what I'm saying? But the city was orange, and that whole wildfire that they said blew in from Canada. When you ever heard a storm coming in from Canada or fires coming in from Canada making the whole skyline hundreds of thousands of miles away change color? Are you fucking shitting me? Alright, fuck it. I'll go to work the next day. That's crazy. And then this joint. The storming of the fucking Capitol. Niggas stormed the Capitol, babe. The Proud Boys. Pause. The Proud Boys stormed the Capitol. They actually stormed the Capitol. Went through the fucking Capitol. And stormed it. It was able to. It got in there. It was playing cards. And, you know what I mean? They stormed the Capitol like this is survivors. They stormed the Capitol, y'all. Like how? Where was the Secret Service and the CIA? Where was the people? You can't even storm anything, but they stormed the Capitol. Oh my goodness, man! This shit is I don't believe in. Oh my goodness, man. Oh, alright, Me Too movement. You know what I'm saying? What happened to? Oh, I'm running up Me Too. And then Me Too. All the Me Too movements. Everybody getting touched. You know what I'm saying? Survivors and all that. Yeah, alright. We understand there's sexual predators out there and we get that. And that, you know what I'm saying? That happens throughout life. We live in Rome. Men and women, young boys and young girls. Adults are all getting their booties and everything touched and played with in unsatisfactory ways. But the point is that if you benefited from that, you know what I'm saying, and come out later to try to come as a part of a case and you benefited from it before, then that's tricky. And it's not for me to play judgment on that. Y'all niggas know what y'all did in regards to who played with you and what casting couch and when you sat with Bill Cosby or whoever did whatever, you know what I'm saying, however y'all wanted to move. You know what you did. But then all of a sudden, 20, 30 years later, now there's a movement, you care now. Come on, man. If we're going to care, let's care about how it's happening to your niece or the cousin or this person's family member or the child that you see that has rectal issues and can't go to the bathroom. And if we really want to care, root chakra issues, the transgender stuff, how we're making sure, like, we really want to care about sexual and root chakra in overindulgence, inversion, and perversion, then let's talk about it from a child level and how it builds from there and really build some structures in place that's going to address that and balance that things out when it happens. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. We care when we told the fucking kid. That's crazy. What happened to your boy here? He got on the Kunta Kinte. Sure. Colin Kaepernick. What happened to homeboy here? We're number 7. That's the God number, right? So he took a knee. He bent the knee. Thinking bent the knee means I'm not standing. Nah, he bent the knee to show him, like, nah, I'm with y'all. And he half white, quote unquote, half black. Now he got a fro. He never wore a fro his whole career, but during this movement, he had a fro. And he kneeled. So now we're watching football, but now kneeling at the, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, and then where he go? What he doing now? Where he at? Exactly. This joint right here, Gary Webb. This is your man who discussed crack being supplied by the cocaine and crack being supplied in the 80s and whatever by the CIA. And I think they unalived homie. But now all of a sudden, people cared about that for a minute. So if crack, just do the knowledge of that. If crack was supplied, cocaine was supplied to Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, and all these other people, you don't think it was supplied to all these other big time drug dealers? Every big one that you can name, every single major drug dealer that you can name that was prominently known was working with some form of law enforcement, whether you understand it or not, whether you want to accept it or not. 98% of them are working with law enforcement and still do. That's why they're able to get away with it. You see, the intelligence agencies run damn near everything. The music, the media. You don't think they're going to run the drugs? You don't think they're going to run the guns? You don't think they're going to run the gangs? You don't think they're going to run the prisons? You don't think they're going to run the social media? You don't think they're going to run everything that's popular? And if crack was coming out to be popular, just like hip-hop came out to be popular, who decided it was going to be popular? It wasn't us. It was the intelligence agencies. Remember, psychology. They are master psychologists to the regular person. But if you could see better, they just playing with niggas' minds. There's a fake kid about that. Ukraine. Niggas cared about that for a little while. A lot of money went out there. Cared about that for a minute. I saw the Ukraine flags and started seeing more Ukrainian people. I didn't even know Ukrainian people was around. And now they all over the place. Joker, Nikola Jokic or whatever from the Denver Nuggets, he won a chip in semblance of that. So it's always a sporting thing that goes along with what they're ritualizing. So Ukraine war, then your Serbian wins, you know what I'm saying, a chip. Crazy. Terrorists. All 9/11, that whole situation with the Afghanis and the all the Middle East conflicts. Half of these people are intelligence officers anyway. They're not even who you think they are. AKs, niggas just running around with AK, just blaming people. That's what they doing. They just run around just blaming people or blowing themselves. But back then, it was blowing themselves up. Common sense, man. Terrorists, dude, we don't care about them no more. They gone, right? They're not concerned. They're not blowing up the cities and jihading, and they just disappeared. We fake cared about that too. Oh, and then what about with the Black Lives Matter in the back, defunding the police? Niggas damn sure wanted to defund the police, but then if you do, you know how to take care of yourself. You know how to arm yourself. If you defund the police, and then now something happens, you know what I'm saying, to your neighborhood or whatever, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters? Most people don't know how to defend themselves, but they want to defund the police. And I'm not just talking about weapons and guns and shooting at people, this, that, and third, and taking those arms. I'm talking about logistically, legally, physically, structurally, energetically protecting yourself. Guns is just one version of it. And then you only got a certain amount of bullets, and you don't have, you know what I'm saying, if there's 20 people coming at you with one gun, you got one gun. I mean, come on. So it goes deeper than busting down a couple shots that you saw from Grand Theft Auto. or whatever Call of Duty game you was playing. But niggas damn sure wanted to defund the police for a while. And you gonna defund them into what? Where was that money going? We know the police are policy officers. We know the police are come from slave catchers and all that, whatever law that they have. But at the same time, you want to defund them and then just a blanket statement, defund them. And then defund them into do what? And then your boy here, Tekashi 6ix9ine. He sold so many records in such a short period of time, was crazy. And look who's sitting there with him. Look at your man, 5-0. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, it gets their power from, so to speak. Kanan. You know what I'm saying? Cannon. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to play it. But he was running around with Tekashi, and right after that, all of a sudden, he caught the case and this, that, and the third. Please believe me that he was linked up with him before he was arrested and then slowly moved away from him. And remember, it was a similar thing when he got around Pop Smoke. He slowly slid away from that situation as well. You got to be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that they're not involved in it together, but it's always a psychological thing above emotional thing. And then it's a energetical thing above that, and a spiritual thing above it all. To care about, to see if you care, to see how much you're gonna care about these things. Calling him a rat, but his music was widely spread. When he was popping, people was playing his music crazy. I don't know too many of his songs, but they was playing his music crazy enough for 50 to take hold of him and quote unquote put him under his wing. But these are just some things that we fake care about and really don't care about. You know what I'm saying? So again, you're told what to care about. You're told what to think. You're told your like how you feel about things. And I got a million more things that we fake care about. We really don't. Mike already told us they don't really care about us, but it starts from within. So what do you truly care about is shown by your actions, not the temporary actions of a election cycle or something trending or a brief pandemic or because a cop killed this person and now you're supposed to... Niggas die every day, babe. Shit happens all the time. Niggas breathe every day. The sun comes out every day. It rains all the time. The clouds are moving all the time. Chemtrails are being sprayed all the time. The medical industry has been built by the Rockefellers based on petroleum since the 1900s. And so on. So what is we really talking about? You know what I'm saying? What do we really care about? Niggas don't give a shit about nothing besides what they're told to care about for a moment. They put their energy out there for that so that the next agenda could be pushed for the mainstream. And then they move on to the next thing because they're focused on their 30-day calendar, billing cycle, not even their fiscal year, their 30-day calendar billing cycle. Care about I choose to care about healing, wealth, and spirituality because that's what we all need. True healing, true wealth, and true spirituality within. Tell him, Mike. Go radio.